So, welcome to Social Sessions. Today we've got a Scottish rap special and we've got some of the most talented rappers in Scotland here.
As soon as one person gets a deal, as soon as one rapper, all it takes is for Lewis Capaldi, Jerry Cinnamon, like one of the guys to feature a Scottish rapper on one of their albums. I think maybe we'll start getting mainstream attention. Then one or two artists can maybe go mainstream for Scotland and it can just pop off of there.
Kind of late teens, 15, 16, like UK rap kind of came onto the scene where it was like Akala, Jimmy, Skepta, Old School Boy Better Know and stuff, and that was my grind then.
For me, I just enjoyed doing it, mate. The process of doing it, not so. I really don't even give a fuck, mate. I just get a buzz out of doing it. It would be good, obviously, for Scotland to get on the map as well, because there's so many talented rappers in Scotland. Do you know what I mean? That are heavy gifted, better than a lot of countries who are mainstream. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's always been like, I think, in hip hop and all. The underground artists and that in it that are pure rap. I mean, lyrically amazing.
So, welcome to Social Sessions. Today we've got a Scottish rap special and we've got some of the most talented rappers in Scotland here. So, I'll just pass you to Danny. Danny, can you introduce yourself, please?
What's happening? I'm Danny Kelly. Been rapping for 10 years, represent real hip hop.
John.
John?
Tribal John, been rapping for 2 years. Same old school hip hop all the way, man. Let's do this.
Brilliant.
Come on.
What's happening, troops? I'm Dazza. Been rapping for about 2 years as well. Different kind of styles, bit of boom bap, bit of real rap, bit of drill, just whatever beats. You know what I mean? I'll write to them. Yeah.
Brilliant. So, see, obviously, when I was kind of looking these up, right, obviously it says like these are a wee bit different. So, it was saying that Danny, can I say, it says you're like a kind of raw storyteller. Tribal John, kind of cultural elements and heritage. Like Scott, you put a lot of Scottish stuff. Is that true? Is that kind of right?
Bits of everything, man.
And then Dazza, kind of high energy performer, like vibrant stage presence. So, where did you kind of get your? Where did Daniel start with you? Where did you what kind of influenced you? We've always said before, but what kind of influenced you?
So I was in the jail and I got a shot in a Mortal Technique CD and he's just rapping about the government, rapping about real shit, and it blew my mind, man. I started writing main rhymes, started getting shots of Tupac CDs, 50 Cent, The Game, your usual suspects, know what I mean? And I just fell in love with it. And then when I got out of the jail, I joined a group called Volition that Loki, he actually set it up. It was for all different artists all Scotland to come down every Thursday and just freestyle, rap our beats and that. And I got to meet the boys and created Sinister South, and the rest is history.
Brilliant. What about yourself, John?
Class. Like, I've spoke to you about this before. Me and my wee brother used to listen to him years ago. Do you know what I'm talking about? And I was saying that and all, like, just for me to be now end up doing a tune that together, not just do wee things. You know what I mean? For me, just in the last couple of years, how life's changed. You know what I mean? By doing this stuff. For me, it was like Eminem, mate. I first heard Eminem as a wee guy, about 14, mate. Became heavy obsessed, and then just went back to like old school hip hop and kind of got into the culture. As you were saying, an Mortal Technique and all that, and it's like you get married an education out of all that. I've had married an education out of all that stuff, and I have anybody else. Do you know what I mean? So aye, man.
Aye, brilliant job. What about you, Dazza?
Kind of early days was like Eminem, Tupac, 50 Cent, DMX. And kind of as I got kind of late teens, 15, 16, like UK rap kind of came onto the scene where it was like Akala, Jimmy, Skepta, Old School Boy Better Know and stuff, and that was my grime then. There was like certain like rap, like obviously the tempo of the beat and stuff's a bit different on grime and rap, so like it was kind of, grime came like it was like a mixture of kind of like garage beats with like rap lyrics at the top of it, and it was like kind of, that's when I kind of took more of an interest, because see, kind of before that I was like into dance music and that, like a lot of MCing and stuff like that, as well as rap music. So kind of when UK rap started coming about, probably about 20 years ago or something now, that's when I got right into it.
Just more suited to your kind of vibe, kind of thing.
Aye.
So see, like where the Scottish rap is, it's kind of moving quite fast, and it's moving. There's quite a lot of people more and more people coming in, getting interested. And obviously we've seen I think we spoke about it last time, Danny, kind of Scouse rap kind of just blew up, do you know what I mean?
If the Scouse accent can be accepted, so can the
Yes,
fucking
that's what I was
Glasgow
just about
accent.
to say, right? I was
Might
just
take
about
us
to
another
say it.
5-6 years, but we'll get there in the end.
Aye.
We will, man.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was, well, you answered the question. It was just, I was just thinking, when do you think you'll get your big shot? Because obviously you've done Mob Deep, and I know other people have started doing like collabs that are quite big. So when do you think it's going to kind of break? Do you think that there is a...
I've not really thought about it. I've just really been thinking that soon as one person gets a deal, soon as one rapper, all it takes is for Lewis Capaldi, Jerry Cinnamon, like one of the guys to feature a Scottish rapper on one of their albums. I think maybe we'll start getting mainstream attention. Then one or two artists can maybe go mainstream for Scotland, and it can just pop off of there.
Aye. Because it's definitely, what about yourself? Do you think, do you kind of
like,
similar to that?
say, aye, and it's like, no even, like, I don't even think about that much either, because it's like, it's obviously with the accent, it does, it's just people kind of, even see, my Ian ignorance years ago when I was younger, I would be like, Scottish rap now, do you know what I mean? I was old school American, so I had that myself, do you know what I mean? But for me, I just enjoyed doing it, mate, the process of doing it, not so, I really don't even give a fuck, mate, I just get a buzz out of doing it. It would be good, obviously, for Scotland to get on the map as well, because there's so many talented rappers in Scotland, do you know what I mean, that are heavy gifted, better than a lot of cunts who are mainstream, do you know what I'm saying? And it's always been like, I think, and hip hop and all, like the underground artists and that, innit, that are pure rap, I mean, lyrically amazing, and they're no mainstream and doing all the same shit that everybody's doing.
No, do you know who I had on recently? I had Mark Scott, who's like, he's Aberdeen, and he was talking about that was a real problem because Aberdeen accent's dead kind of hingy, do you know what I mean? And he says it was, and he signed with the game in that, and he was signed obviously with P Diddy until all that stuff happened and that, but he's doing really well, signed with the game, he does, I think he's married a writer now and all that, do you know what I mean? But he's done well. But he was saying, I know it is really hard just to break that kind of the dialect thing, but I think more and more that's breaking down, and I think social media's got a part to play with these things.
Aye, defo.
Aye.
So what do you think? What kind of platforms do you think is kind of taking us to the next kind of level?
See, for me, it was one video I posted on TikTok, and it just all took off for that, man. I woke up in the morning and I had about 600 notifications. Like, surely this isn't right. And I clicked on it, and the video, I was nearly up at 1,000 subs. Just have one video, but then it's like, then I've posted other stuff on TikTok as well, expecting it to do well because I'd built up a bit of following and that, and it's just like,
I know,
staying consistent with it, and like, see, for me as well, just like, I kind of came into this through a music workshop and a rehab, right? So like, this became a big part of like my recovery and stuff like that, and obviously, like, everybody here knows like the kind of story, just like of having like a relapse there and still just trying to pull myself out of it. It's like, see, when you start getting the views and the likes and everything like that, it becomes like a distraction, well, for me anyway, and it becomes like, that's what the focus goes into, instead of like why I was doing it in the first place, what I was talking about in the first place. You know, it's easy to get caught up chasing views and like, oh, that one done this that last time, so you've got an expectation on the next to do the same. Do you know what I mean? To better and to do better.
So if you're talking and see, maybe like, because that's one thing when I was researching Danny, it was saying like, obviously it was Danny's never really changed. He's always stuck to that kind of raw storytelling kind of way. Do you know what I mean? But if you get 500,000 views on one talking about drugs and guns, and it's hard not to do it the next time. Do you know what I mean? Because then if you do one about recovery and it maybe gets 500 views, you're like, oh, I'm going to go back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is trying to get a balance into it, trying to get a balance of what your values and your morals are, I suppose, and what you want to put out there. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously what sells. Because obviously American rappers, we all know. I don't know if you watch the Breakfast Club, if anybody's watched that with Charlemagne.
Sometimes aye.
But you'll see some guys that you think a lot were probably like on their videos, they look as if they're like rough and ready, right for the scheme, and then you hear them talking and they're right for fucking uni, man, and never done that. I mean, and you're like, fuck's sake, I never thought that. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them are fake. Do you think there's a lot of people like that coming into Scotland? Because
Aye.
is there?
100%. Aye.
It's a pandemic.
That's
I call it a pandemic, man. Fucking, I wouldn't be surprised if these wee guys started rapping in a Scouse accent. Never mind just an English one. Fuck's sake, man. I'm like one of the cunts that's like, I'm like the big brother, know what I mean? Like, just like the wee bro days, hang, man. They're going to learn one
I'll
day.
find their own way.
Try and not get bothered about it. But it's like, at the same time, I've got the dad head on, and it's like, these cunts are promoting stabbing each other, promoting drug use, promoting fucking prison to the children, and it's like, come on to fuck, man. I've not got a problem with people who rap about the streets, but as long as they do it creative, know what I mean, and
Aye.
fucking, like, there's actual,
Expressing yourself.
and there's an
into it.
actual craft about it, and
Mhm.
it's like a style, whatever, know what I mean, not just point blank only picking a mic up to make people think that you're this game cunt
Right.
that's no scared of nothing and no stab anybody. That's the mentality of these wee guys, man, and it's England's to blame for it because of their drill culture, know what I mean?
Aye. And I think that's what social media, because I'm going to jump a wee bit here because I'm going to do a section about social media, but I'll just kind of move to that. Obviously, we've seen kind of the rise of Mazza and stuff like that, right? And how big he's got, and obviously he's lived that life. So in a way, to me, he's got that right to kind of express himself, right, and talk about the stuff that he's done and he's been involved in. But again, you're going to get wee guys that go, that sounds good, and I can maybe put up something together. And then even worse with AI now, you're getting people that are doing fucking shit with AI. Do you know what I mean? So it's dangerous to kind of keep that authenticity into it.
Mhm. What I like about Mazza is he'll tell you the bad side of the story as well.
Aye.
He'll not just glamorise the violence and the gang shit. He'll tell you what it's like sitting in a lonely cell. He'll tell you what it's like losing people when you're behind bars. He'll tell you like pals will turn rats on you and that. Like, he'll tell you the truth. Know what I mean?
Aye.
How their family's affected by their crime, whatever, and that. I watched the podcast and it was pretty decent, man.
Aye, with James
Aye.
English.
Aye.
Aye.
I know it was one of the last ones I've watched with James English. I thought it was really good, man. I thought he came across really well, man. And I think that I totally believe in that. It's like, see, the youth, that social media is very dangerous, man.
Nah, it is.
And see, I don't know what you see, right? But I've had this debate with people, and people that are in the kind of justice system still telling me to this day there's no gang culture coming back, and I'm like, I can fucking see it. I can see it. I can walk into the shop with my wee boy, and there's 30 handed at the shop. That to me, you're starting gang culture. Do you know what I mean? I can see the wee guys already. They're all looking at you. They're all kind of eyeing you up. It's like just the way it was maybe when, but it did go
Aye.
away for a while. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, it
But
did.
it's as if they don't want to admit it's coming back. But I don't know if you can see that and all, like that kind of culture coming
All
back.
you fucking hear now is boy 14 stabbed to death,
Right.
boy 13 stabbed, fucking another boy murdered. It's all these wee guys that are all fucking murdering each other because they're all carrying big Rambo knives because that's what the drillers do.
Aye.
And they're all fucking wearing balaclavas, carrying big fucking Rambos. And obviously Glasgow has a past for knife crime, so now it's like, I don't know,
Just
man. They're
refueling it.
heavy
Aye.
influenced by this drill shit and
So where did this drill start, Danny? There's no
America, I think.
Chicago,
America,
aye,
right?
that's
Chicago,
where it
aye.
started, aye, and
Mhm.
it was just exactly like that. It was basically a mere fucking series, the diss track, right, where it was people who were telling their ops that this is what's going to happen to them, as opposed to like where other rappers would come out and be like, you know, they'd use stuff they know about their past and stuff like that, and like make a diss track. The drill's just like, no, you're on the opposite side. You're getting done. This is what's going to happen. No,
So it's
this is
actually
what's
like
happened to
real
your
gang
pal.
culture and they're
Aye,
slagging
aye,
each other.
Aye, and there's like obviously, I don't know, down in London they do mad scoreboard things and all that, where it's like some like.
We've done him and we did
Aye. Apparently so.
Aye.
Anyway, that's what you hear. I don't know
Aye,
how
you hear
true it
from the
is. Do you know what I
grapevine.
mean? Aye. Like my wee boy stays down in Wolverhampton. Obviously, he's fade down there, and
Aye.
it's quite like gang culture down there. It's quite bad
Aye.
at the minute. Obviously, it's like place just outside Birmingham. You know, it's quite a diverse city. You know, and it's like Scotland's 5-10 years behind England, so like
Aye.
it's just that'll just keep moving up. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And then I obviously, as I said last time I was on the podcast, growing up in Northern Ireland, you know, it's even starting to make its way out
Yeah.
there, and you wouldn't have thought it.
No.
In Northern Ireland, you know what I mean?
No.
Like that kind of gang culture, but it's just what's being promoted
I
everywhere.
suppose if
innit?
you've got young boys and you've got social media, you've got a platform that they're able to use and they're able to kind of utilise that to kind of slag another. I mean, you've got somebody who's lyrically gifted. It could you could take it with your ego sky high as a wee guy at 14 and somebody makes a good diss track. You're not going to like it, are you? So I suppose it's, how do you warn? I mean, obviously, I know you try, right? I know you're all trying, but how do you kind of warn somebody like that? There's a better path in this. Do you know what I mean? Like, even the main, because like, the main rappers, we all know they had beef and all that, and whatever you want to call it. You remember Suge Knight, all that shit and that. But it was all kind of under, like Dazza was saying, there wasn't like right in your face. Do you know what I mean? So how would you? I mean, I know you tried the last time, Danny. You kind of tried to kind of. What would you kind of say just to kind of take yourself back and to realise the actual kind of like the ripple effect of it? Do you know what I mean?
The reality is, you can't save everybody, right? Some people are just destined to like die in the streets, like, but there is a majority of people who grow up when they get to a certain age and they settle down with a missus, they move away or whatever, and like, but what these kids don't realise is they wait until it's too late. Wait until it's too late, and before they know it, they're doing life for
Aye.
their fucking. They've got enemies for the rest of their life, so they're always looking at their shoulder. They're always fucking. They'll probably have to move out of Glasgow, and there's there's a thousand things you can say to these kids, but it's too far gone. Like, honestly, it's too far gone. Seriously, man.
And it's influenced obviously with the kind of. Would you think, John, you stone Danny with that? You kind of similar with Danny with that? Like there's.
See, like, try to say something positive in a song or gain your experience on stuff, I know what I mean? Because I know for me, being younger, when I listened to rap music, not when I was a wee boy, it was like punting and that. I think punting was glamorous, so why? Because I was listening to in tune, so that definitely had an impact on me as a wee guy. So it's obviously the same thing with all the, do you know what I mean? So like when I'm doing a tune anyway, obviously like, you get a wee bit of everything in it, a wee bit of comedy in it, a wee bit of slaughtering cunts, and a wee bit of trying to educate cunts. So do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. So aye. It's like,
No, I think, listen, we all know drama sells, doesn't it? Like, it's,
Mm.
it is, and it's how you, it's how much you get that balance. But what about you, Dazza? Because you were saying you've done a wee bit of drill and that. Would you prefer, do you like doing it? Or do you,
But so it's only really the beat. It's no like the content. Like
Aye,
it's
the
only
content,
it's
right.
no like drill lyrics content. Isn't it like what you would class
Aye.
as like drill music? It's just like
You're
the
feeling the
choice,
tune
the
in it, you're
choice,
feeling
the
the beat
choice
over.
instrumental. But like, see, just on what you were saying, like, see my experience, like coming into this, see all the good and the positive stuff that happened to me through music and like, getting paid shows, you know, like playing shows in different cities in Scotland, just linking up with people, meeting new pals and stuff like that. All that stuff happened right when I came into this, and I was in it and I was doing the right stuff. Do you know what I mean? I was in about recovery. I was talking about all that stuff, and then obviously when I relapsed and stuff like that, I granted I've never went back and done certain things that I'd done before. I got clean and stuff like that. You know, I've no went quite to the depths of despair as that before, right? But see all that good positive stuff that I was speaking about just there, like all that stopped when I started falling back into that life of using and that life on the streets and just in about all the madness and all that.
Aye.
All that kinda stopped, you know, like I've no done, I think I've put 1 or 2 tunes out this year.
is there an element of, because what I've found with social media, right, and it's quite weird. Sometimes you'll get stopped and somebody will ask you for a selfie and that. Not all the time, right? But like sometimes you'll go, oh, Big Sean, social say I like your podcast, and you end up talking to people, whatever. So you do start getting noticed, and it's hard. I don't really like it. Sometimes it's a wee bit kind of hang it, and you'll probably get it a lot when you're young. But there also is people that thrive off that and maybe start thinking, they're fucking famous, know what I mean? And you're like, wait, you've got calm down, man. You've got fucking
Ego takes
1,200
right
people.
over.
Aye.
Do you know what- but there is that element. But it's so easy to get carried away also.
Yep.
Like, especially if you're under the influence and you're hanging, do you know what I mean? It's very easy to start thinking you're bigger than what you are. So how do you kind of keep a grip on that? How do you kind of keep a grip on the wee guys? Danny, how you do, John? And how's that for you?
Just show love, man. I
Aye.
just show love back, man, because they don't have to do that. Know what I mean? You
Aye.
need to see when you're a rapper, you need to appreciate every single listener and every fan. Because if it wasn't for them, what's the point in making the music? Know what I mean?
Aye.
Obviously, you love hip hop, you do it for yourself. Know what I mean? But like another thing, it's like all these people will support you and they'll inspire you to keep going. And like if they're going out their way to fucking show love, it's only honourable you show love back. Know what I mean?
Aye. What about yourself, John? How you
Just
same?
like he's saying, and it's like I'm still. See, just the fact that people, like, I sometimes get messages off people saying, "Oh, like your tune or whatever." To me, I'm still like that with that now, that mad imposter syndrome thing. I'm like,
Aye.
but no, do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Somebody's asked me for a photo a couple of times and on, I'm like, "This cunt, think you cunt." Do you know what I mean? I've still got that mad heat. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So I think it's like the opposite with me. Like you don't feel like you're. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's that low.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Kind of imposter syndrome kind of thing.
Aye.
But I can identify with the ego hanging all with other things in life, though. Do you know what I mean? Think fucking I've got this and no being humble with things.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? It's just try to always stay humble in it, but
No,
easier said
definitely.
than done it sometimes.
What about yourself, Dazza? How do you deal with it? Do you find it hard or?
So obviously, like, see, at first it was a bit overwhelming and stuff like that. No overwhelming, but like pure like wow, people coming
Aye.
up and asking you for pictures and that. I'm just a normal boy
Aye,
like
aye.
yous. It's just because I done. It's no like.
I suppose every rapper would probably, like 50 Cent, that would have been everyone went through the same thing at some point. Do you know what I mean?
Aye,
It's
aye,
not like
but
aye, but they were the wee guy that I'm just a wee guy for fucking New York.
Aye.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
But see, like obviously, with what's like obviously, what's happened and stuff like that. It's like no wanting to be in that spotlight, you know, and no being as active on social media as Angry and stuff like that because one, I don't, because obviously this attention becomes on you because you're doing the music and stuff like that. One, you don't want to make an arse out of yourself, right? And two, it's like I didn't come into this way, this kind of thing. I came in like promoting change, recovery and stuff like that. Like I'm no one to, because I've fell into this, I don't want to go and start then glorifying that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I don't want that life. I've no want. Do you know what I mean? I've seen the benefits to living life right. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think I don't know if you watched. See the Diddy chat. I was convinced he was a pure monster, right? And I still do think he was, right? But when I listened more to the trial, there was aspects of it that I didn't really take into hanging, and it was like obviously he's off record producers and stuff like that. When guys are coming in and maybe promoting recovery and that, and they're saying, "No, you're brilliant, but you'll be rapping about in the streets and that," and the guys, I'm not really fair the streets. Well, you're new, and I suppose how do you gear that up if they're offering you a lot of money and they're offering you this and that? Do you know what I mean? They're offering you
Aye.
that fame that you've been chasing. So I suppose it's not you start getting into even touching people with social media and you start seeing. I mean, I know people that hire fake like Lamborghinis for the day and all that, and kid on it, they're fucking packing and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
No, I'm not saying that it's for a music video and that's brand new, but I'm talking about those guys do it like.
Every
Kid on,
video.
Aye.
kid on, and they've got a fucking helicopter and all that. You know what I mean? And they're like, it's nuts, know what I mean? But it is, but I suppose that there's trying to be authentic in that world of social media is hard, isn't it? It's a hard thing to do, and I think, what would you say to people that are trying to keep that up, that kind of authentic thing, and maybe struggling with that?
Be yourself. Your children will appreciate you being yourself. Always see when you die and you're no longer here, and all there's left is memories and videos or whatever you've done to put on social media, your profiles, whatever. That's what your kids are going to look back through. Do you want them to be inspired, to be their self and be authentic, or do you want to inspire them to just fake it till they make it?
Aye,
You know what I mean?
definitely, mate, definitely. What about you, John?
I like same. I would just always like see, just like we spoke about, and all like people hiring things and doing all that kind of shit, and all that to me is mental. Do you know what I mean? Like, like see, like you were kind of touched on, I know there, like the recovery stuff at the start and that, and on we were talking about outside about the good karma stuff.
Aye.
That's just an example of that. I know I'm kind of getting off track a wee bit here, but just
No.
because it was in my nut there, it's like that's been my experience as well, doing all the right stuff and the good stuff and things just happening. That's how I ended up doing stuff with the films and all that stuff, because I was doing the right thing and try to be a better best version of myself and not being selfish and all about me kind of thing. And then life just got better, man. And it's like the karma thing and all, and going back down the dodgier roads. You get what I mean? Being more about myself and no giving a fuck. And then things just start crumbling slowly round about us. Do you know what I mean?
I think
I would always try and be myself all the time.
test you. The universe will put things, it'll give you opportunities, but it'll also give you bad opportunities to see if you're ready.
Definitely.
I think anyway.
Aye.
And it'll
Choice,
put that, and sometimes you'll make the wrong choice, like we're human, do you know what I mean? You'll make the wrong choice and you go down the wrong path, but it's how you take yourself back out of it. Do you know what I mean? And obviously Dazza's doing that the now, do you know what I mean? And it's hard, it's no easy, because you feel as if, see, I spoke to people that have had lapses before, and there's obviously a difference between like a lapse and a relapse. A relapse to me is like when you go away for a full year and you're fucked and things like that. But if you have a lapse and you learn from it, I think that's part of the journey. And I'm not trying to advocate lapses, but I'm just meaning, like, if you have a lapse, it's what you learn from it. And I think what you're saying, definitely, it's what you give out is what you get back, man. Like, it's 1,000,000%. If you get, and like, there's actual studies now kind of going down the road of showing that it's true. Like, the law of attraction is
Vibrations
and all this kind of stuff is true. And I know a lot of people maybe not believe in it, but it's certainly something I believe in. And but I've seen people that are really getting obsessed with that, how many likes and how. And listen, if I put a podcast up, I want to check to see how many views it's getting. And sometimes the same as it does, I say I've got a belter, put it up, and it only gets a few hundred views, and you're like, how's that, man? And then that one got like fucking 10,000 views. Like, you never know, know what I mean? You just don't know.
Aye. But what they say is, man, like, in this day and age, see, to be a rapper, there's 1,000 things you don't know you need to do, man. See, like, when I started writing lyrics, I thought, well, I'll just write some lyrics and spit into a mic. I never knew I had to promote my own music. I didn't know I had to fucking, like, get beats. I didn't know I had to write all these verses and then go to studios and then, like, obviously being comfortable with people in the street stopping you and whatever, and like even doing podcasts and that, being like media trained type of thing.
Aye.
And like, and then you need to learn how to perform live. You need to learn how to do shows. It's like, and then you need to learn the business side as well, selling CDs, selling merch. You need to learn all this mad shit, and
Aye.
like, people don't understand how hard it is trying to be an independent rapper.
Aye. And I think that's the problem in Scotland now. There's not really anybody took a chance on anybody, is there? Like, there's not really like anybody that's opened up.
001s, I think they're signed to
Sony, I think.
Sony.
Aye.
They get like 10 grand every time they release a song.
Did it? Aye.
Aye, but I don't know if that's a rumour or no, but
There was
I've heard that a couple of
there was
times.
one, who's Shogun? Because he was coming up when I was
Shogun was the first
research-
Scottish rapper to go viral.
Was he?
Right.
He was coming up and saying that he's kind of doing stuff down in England or something. It was saying, I don't know how much truth and you'll maybe know, but it was saying Shogun kind of done it and was going down to England, and I don't know if he got a label or something. Is that a lot of shit?
He was
I
on
don't
the
know.
rap game at that mad
Aye, they showed the
programme on
BBC
BBC. Aye, he was
Right,
on that.
I think it may have been that.
aye.
I think it might have been that. But it's, I suppose it's like, how do you? It is just waiting in that break. And a few of your songs, Danny, like I know a few of yours has went like kind of viral. And how do you? What do you think's holding that back? Then, what do you think's holding it back for somebody coming in and going, right, Danny, let's do this? Like,
My craftsmanship, I've not fully developed into the artist that I'm gonna fully be. I'm still learning rhyme schemes, flows, fucking wordplay. I've still to, once I master my craft, I think maybe I'll get a good break. I will.
it's a good way to look at it, man. It's a really good way to look at it, because it's like you're humbling yourself to go, like, I'm not that quite good enough yet. Do you know what I mean? Even though, because obviously if you get asked to go and hang him all deep, it'd be dead easy to go, I've made it and all that. Like, it would be like you could get dragged into that shit easy. You know what I mean? What about yourself, John? Like, what do you think? Like do you think you're a wee bit away from kind of that, or are you,
I'm just getting started, mate.
you're just
I'm just getting
just
started,
just
mate.
getting
I'm
ready to
heavy
rock?
hungry, mate. Heavy hungry, and like I love it, mate. See just the buzz when you're doing a song and all creating it, then seeing the finished effort,
Aye.
and then the boom. It's just that process. Do you know what I mean? There's something,
Aye.
man, and just the buzz of being on stage and all, mate. I say it all the time when we're on stage, and it beats any drug and all that, but it does, mate. See that rush, man. You're just like, fucking come on, man.
Nah, there's
I've
no
seen these names, aye.
feeling
Man.
like performing live and the guys
Right.
loving it.
Yep.
It's a buzz, man.
So what kind of? Because obviously I've seen these have done some shows and all that. Where's the shows? How do they come about? Do you do them yourself? Do you kind of just hire the place and?
Just get put up. People ask you.
Aye.
People put on events and stuff like that,
Right.
and ask you. Some of the bigger stuff. There's competitions and stuff for to enter into support, like bigger acts, and I suppose just as well, just like who you know as well and who you've got relationships with and stuff like that. Like I don't know. It's like
Who's the new? Who's like the top kiddies in the kind of Scottish rap game? The new then would you
What do you
say?
mean?
Like
The
who's
top MCs or the
aye,
top
like,
promoters for gigs and that?
who's like the top? Who's like the top kind of people that you would say who the new that are kind of performing, Danny? Like, because obviously it's something that I'm all dance music, man. Like I'm just, but I do obviously have yous all on my reels, so I see all
Aye.
your stuff. I don't know the ins and outs. So who would you say is that like performing the new that's kind of good in Scotland? The new, Danny.
Myself.
Aye, you have clearly.
Myself, man. Us three fucking.
Aye.
I don't know, man. Like, Melrose is doing his thing, Sherlock's doing his thing still. Like, McCroy and that still do their thing, Oaksy, Benny T. They're all good performing live, know what I mean? But
Aye.
I don't really follow other Scottish artists, so I don't know how their journey's gone, really. Sometimes
Aye.
I'll see a clip here and there, but I just focused on Minecraft, know what I mean? I've gone on a road to success, and I can't stop at every fucking other artist and I end up.
No, of course, because you could end up comparing yourself and everything, couldn't you? And doing shit like that if you're doing that, do you know what I mean? So you're better probably just staying away from it and and concentrating on where you're going, do you know what I mean? So where do you kind of see, like, just say, like, the because obviously I know you're going to perform at the end, right? You're going to get a wee song at the end, but where do you see, like, because obviously when I listen to your stuff, it's mainly you that comes up, Danny. It's always like it does. It's always raw, resonating. I can resonate with a lot, even though rap's not my thing. It's still something that kind of resonates with you. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's probably what rap's all about, isn't it? Is trying to get people to resonate with your story, isn't it?
Identifying that and stuff.
The way I've always seen it is, I fell in love with hip hop when I was in prison, right? But like I loved rap, but then when I was in a hostel and I was suicidal, listening to certain rappers saved my fucking life, and I was like, I need to give that gift back. So it's like, I know it's possible to heal people and guide people and inspire people as well with music. Music's a powerful thing, know what I mean? Like, you need to watch what you're putting out there, because as you said, know what I mean, what you put out is what you get back as well. So like, I've got the love for hip hop, just hip hop as a whole, and then I've got a love for the power of music, just the power of healing and being able to relate with people and being able to inspire people. That's basically, I love hip hop altogether, man.
What about you, John? Just similar to that as well, then? Like that kind of, like, in that, is that the way you kind of same as Danny?
Same hip hop for me and all, mate. It's like music in general and all. Even like I'm into my old school music and all that old Motown shit and all that as well. Know what I mean?
I love
But
all
the
that.
power of music, mate, like you said, is like it's and not just to pure repeat everything you're saying, mate, but same with hip hop, mate. It's like so like saved me, man. Do you know what I mean? Mentally and all that stuff.
Same.
Just having that, do you know what I mean? It would always be the go-to tune zone. Do you know what I mean? Just always to escape for whatever the fuck it may be in life. Do you know what I mean? As a young boy, you know what I mean? So I just love it, mate. Just love it, and then and to be able to do it and all, like you're saying, and see somebody saying that I'd rap my lyrics to you or saying that tune or whatever. I've had somebody like message me that was in hospital saying like, know what I mean, they were fucked, know what I mean, and messaging me saying your tunes will help me, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's crazy, do you know what I mean?
God's work.
That's mad, innit, bro? And it's like, and that's what I've got. I feel like fucking the people who are listening as well, do you know what I mean? Like you say, it's so powerful.
I know,
Powerful.
and you're the same, Daz, aren't you? You're kind of similar to that, and on you.
It's like I just see just at the minute, just with everything as well. It's like I don't know where I'm kind of going with it. You know, the music's kind of took a back seat. Like other things,
Aye.
priority and stuff. So like, see at the minute, I don't even know. Like, I've been like, see as well, like kind of like you see certain things as well. Do you know, like through this whole journey in the music, you know, certain people's energies and stuff change towards you and how. You know what I mean? This like the support, the how they are, just how they are with you, just in general, just and even like people you think you might have built relationships up with and stuff like that. You know, it's no all what it seems. Do you know
No.
what I mean?
Aye,
So it's like
Daz is 110% right. There's politics in the scene that's always been like that for day one, man. But like that's how I do my own thing. You only see me perform on my own channel. Like I won't go on like I won't even name them, but I won't go on these other channels like because there's politics behind it, and then you're mixing with all the fucking or the bad influence and all, you know what, and getting caught up or try to get compared to other people and that. And there's a lot of rats in the scene and on. I mean, people will backstab you in a minute just to earn money or a couple of fucking likes. Know what I mean? It's that. See,
Right.
that's how I just keep myself myself. I fuck with Tribal and I fuck with Dazza. I fuck with YB still. And there's obviously my boy Sean Boy, I ain't saying that. There's a select few who I fuck with. Know
Mhm.
what I mean? But the rest, I'm like, no disrespect or nothing, but I'm no fucking with any of yous, know what I mean?
No, but I think that's good, Danny. I think, like, obviously that's authentic, and I think what you're saying is obviously like you can you can watch these things, and we all watched like probably the same as you. I grew up with Tupac and Biggie and all that, right? Amazing rappers, fucking brilliant, and the politics behind that killed them. Do you know what I mean? It was like people greed. Not going to name names because I don't know who done it, but I certainly get my idea who done it, and it was all for how to take their music style. So I suppose you do need to watch yourself in that culture because, especially coming from the jail or the kind of scenes that we've all been in dark places and we've all been to places that are, and you end up with that. You just see people with agendas, right? And you just know they're no real, know what I mean? And
Aye.
they've no got my best interest at heart. And people do with me a lot on the podcast, no, I'll get so and so, say so and so for you. And you no, I don't. But at the start, you're like, oh fuck, see, I could get that really brilliant guest and all that, blah, blah, and then you don't hear from them. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, it's not. It's what it is. It's not getting bad, but you get to see where people's true colours lie, and I'm
Aye.
always fucking trying to help people. People take me or I'll share music, people, and I don't ask for anything for it. Do you know what I mean? I would don't go, oh, going to you sharing my stuff. If I like somebody and I would think I would just share it, but people will come on to me now, and people start seeing you've got a wee bit of social media presence. I don't know if you get this, but people will go on and share this, mate, and you're like,
When the
oh.
fuck do you ever share my shit?
Aye, like no, like fucking no, I'm not doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just no. And you do need to start getting that wee bit of autonomy when you start seeing these cunts are a wee bit taking the piss here a wee bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I've started a new company. Do I sponsor an episode of the pod? Oh, you don't hear from them again. Do you know what I mean? But they want you to promote their company or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And then
Aye.
you get real guys, real pals that'll
It-
come in and help you.
It's what it is it's pure lazy. It's like you'll get a cunt that will have this vision, and then then the next day you'll be like, I'll just ask all these big cunts to share my stuff. And no knowing that all these big cunts have worked years and years building all their followers up, building their platform up, know what I mean? No just for somebody to come along fucking with some random idea and want you to promote it for them. I mean, fair dues, I've always said that if your product is real and authentic, I'll share it all day
And you
fucking long.
resonate with it.
Aye, I'll share it all day
Aye.
long, man.
Same.
Obviously, because the world needs more real shit. But if you're just Joe Blogs and you're fucking, know what I mean, and you just started rapping 20 minutes ago, I'm not gonna fucking share your shit and promote you. You know what I mean?
No,
Aye.
I know, and it's I think because when I first started doing the podcast, you were like pure emailing, like pure cunts like 50 Cent, all that.
Aye.
All right, mate, I'm hearing you're coming out to Glasgow Green, and all that. Do I do a podcast? And then see now, like looking back, like how many people ask me, can I come on your podcast? And it's people like brand new people, but that just went on a podcast, and you're just like, what is it? What your story is, and
Aye.
they've not got it. They just went on a podcast. You know what I mean? And you're just like, no, I can't really, mate. No, but no, I've just obviously don't date, but there's people work on my probably something like I say. I've got people that go and do my look in my social media inbox and see if there's MD in it and all that. But I can understand now where, as you before, I would maybe go, he's a bit of a prick not getting back to me, and I wonder why he's not getting back to you and all that. But they must get millions
Aye.
of
Sorts.
requests. And
My
yous must get it,
my
you know what I
inbox
mean?
is packing, man. Like, all these cunts want to do tunes, man. And I'm like, the odd cunt will be like, after I'm finished doing what I'm doing, man, I'll sort you out, know what I mean? But there's like easily 100 cunts in my DMs like, you want to do a tune, man? And I'm like, I can't do 100 tunes.
Is it just
know what I mean?
random guys? That know
Random
it?
cunts, aye, cunts that I've never heard of in my life. Cunts from England, not Australia, fucking. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Aye, mental. That's bad. It's weird, but I suppose it shows the power of your music. But people are resonating with it, and people are taking it on board. And then I think that is how you get. As it's all a learning game, isn't it? Let's be
Aye.
honest. It's all we're all learning. We're not like, especially at this stage, we've all got a social media kind of presence, but we're certainly no like massive or anything. Do you know what I mean? But you've got a presence, and I remember speaking to 5-0 about this, and you're lucky you've got that.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people try their hardest to get
Mhm.
that, and they don't have it. Do you know what I mean? So you're lucky with what you get, and be happy with what you get. Do you know what I mean? And
Definitely.
consistency will come. It will come when you keep putting out and being authentic, and don't sell yourself out, because people will sometimes say to me like, "Come on," and I know they want to come on and promote crime. Like, I've done this and I've done that, and I'm like, no, I don't. Because then a wee guy watches that and then thinks that's fucking brand new. I just don't like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way I work. But so how do you see like where do you see like who would you like to perform? See if you could have anybody, Danny, right? If you could have like choose anybody, who would you choose to like perform with?
Eminem, man.
Aye.
Aye, fuck. Any day of the week, man.
What about a Scottish kind of
Lewis Capaldi.
Lewis Capaldi? Because I was going to say like obviously somebody like who you're so Eminem, right? But if you could have somebody like that Scottish that has a potential for Lewis Capaldi,
Or even Jerry Cinnamon, I'd be happy with both.
aye, who Planet too.
Just, aye.
What about you, Tribal John?
Paolo Nutini, I think I would say, mate. Aye.
Paolo looks class.
Nutini's class,
Aye,
man.
he
Aye.
is class.
You ever reached out to Paolo too? No.
Nah, mate, I
seen
don't even dare. I don't dare that
For what I know, he's a pure, very average,
nice guy.
Yeah, like
humble guy.
thingy, you know what I mean? Humble
Mhm.
man. But again, he'll have a million in his
Aye.
inbox. You know what I mean? There's
Mhm.
no way. What about yourself, Dazza?
What do you call that wee guy? Callum? Is it Callum? It's got that tune, Salamander Street or something. I think he's from Edinburgh, boy. Like a
I know
kind
you're
of
talking
Jerry
about, I
Cinnamon.
know, I can't remember his second.
Aye, he's kind of like a Jerry
Aye, I know
Cinnamon
you're
kind
talking
of
about.
style.
Aye,
I can't mind his second.
Aye,
Aye, him.
him. I mean, because I was talking to my wee cousin. He got the Golden Buzzer on Britain's Got Talent,
Aye,
right?
yeah,
Wee
aye.
Vincent,
He's
he's
brilliant,
fucking
I seen
brilliant,
that.
by the way.
Aye.
He's some singer, right? But again, he's just navigating that. Where is he going? And he started obviously getting offered today, like Pride of Scotland, all this kind of stuff. And he's getting it. A lot of people like asking, well, maybe they tunes with this man and do that man. And some of the names he was saying to me were like big names, do you know what I mean? And you're saying, you're trying to say to him like, don't, hopefully these will come through in the day. But I do believe my wee cousin will go places.
Nah, you will.
But I think I don't think everybody will. Do you know what I mean? I think it's being realistic, isn't it? It's being realistic on, like, I say to people, some people go, oh, your podcast's brilliant, and how do you do it? And I go, well, mate, see if somebody's got an hour, they've got a chance to watch Joe Rogan or my podcast. Like, I get why you'd fucking watch Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan's got
Aye.
There Musk and
Aye,
all
all
that on
sorts
his
of
fucking
different
like,
people.
do you know what I mean? So I get it. It's a hard thing to do. So is there been any like kind of rumours or anything where anybody's kind of said they would be interested in working with Scottish rap? Like any kind of rumours or anything like that? Like, no heard nothing, no. So if anybody's watching this, anybody like Jerry Cinnamon or anybody's are
Paolo.
watching, man, Paolo,
Aye.
get
Send
in,
my
aye.
number here, that like, mate.
What about like football clubs now? Have they ever kind of reached it? Because I was thinking like
Triple Mans again, they done
Aye.
a tune in Ibrox.
Aye,
in
Did
the
they?
stadium.
It's class, aye.
You think hip hop back in the day, like, when it was Public Enemy and all that, like wakening people up, educating people, and then like that was no good for him. Do you know what I mean? For the man, whoever you want to call it, the government.
Aye, but
you
it
know
was
what I mean?
against the state and all
Aye,
that,
it was
wasn't it?
against,
Aye.
so it was anti-establishment or whatever, but that was wakening people up and all that. Then all of a sudden it was like the gangster stuff was getting pushed more. Do you know what I mean? So it was bitches and hoes and I'm punting this and all that push.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And it was like, and that's why I listened to it growing up anyway.
it did.
But it was
Aye,
exactly, and it's
aye.
like, but that's just that got pushed more than the stuff that was kind of like conscious, kind of hip hop. You know what I mean? And it's
Aye. I know, because you did hear some of the old rappers saying like they did, like, oh, there was a lot of great rappers that never made it because they were anti-promoting like that kind of stuff, whereas it seemed to be like your people were getting pushed that were. And look at, see, when you look at like obviously what happened in America no long ago, I don't know if you were, is it that, what's that boy's name? Is it Youngblood or something like that? Is it they had a big RICO case against them. That wee Tekashi and all that, Tekashi 6ix9ine, he ended up sticking them on and all that.
Aye.
But that's what it can lead to. Like, you can genuinely lead to like where you're involved in heavy crime.
Aye,
See, if
dodgy
you meet
stuff.
the right people, it's like probably like, see the way prison can make you. If it's the way Danny was saying, see if you're mixing with the wrong people, you could probably end up down a road that you don't want to go down. Do you know what I mean? And I suppose like that's what's good with Mazan. That is he kind of tells you to stay away from that as well. You know what I mean? But no, it's interesting to me just because I don't listen. I'm a kind of outsider. Do you know what I mean? It's listening to the kind of politics for inside. It must be hard for you, man. It must be hard for you just to even stay like authentic to yourselves on that. Do you know what I mean? But it's as you say, it's like leaving legacies for your children and that.
It's frustrating like when you see like all the drillers blown up and getting all the love and getting all the respect, and you're like, but why? You know what I mean? Like, I understand it. Like, also, I was a wee guy at one point and all, and I loved violence, I loved the jail, loved everything criminal. You know what I mean? It was like, but like, it takes me a buzz to be authentic on the
Definitely.
mic than it does just to show a bravado.
And I think you see that with any rappers, see the way they mature, even like Eminem, things like that. You'll hear him rapping now about like recovery and stuff that means something. Do you know what I mean? Like there's always a meaning behind it and mental health and that. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And it seems to be the older rappers get they do check, because even on that I watch that Breakfast Club sometimes with Charlemagne, and it would be the older they get, they go, no, I don't like that stuff anymore. 50 Cent's quite good with it, actually. He'll say, I warned all them, like, not to go down that road, and I told him to do that, and I told him. But they don't listen, do they? And I suppose it's how do you get that message? Because he's trying. It's not as if he's not trying, do you know what I mean? You can only just keep doing.
Maybe one day real rap will be a trend, know what I mean?
Aye.
And like, see, you were saying earlier, like, what do you say to these wee guys? Like, what I say, man, is the world is bigger than your wee scheme. Know what I mean? You're killing each other at flats that you don't even own. Know what I mean? Literally, like, you just need to, like, see, like, when you go to jail now, you start realising, like, some enemies you end up best pals with, and you're like, I don't even know why I fought with these people, know what I mean? Like, see if you just stick to one wee scheme and you don't make pals with people from outside it, you're limiting your whole life experience, know what I mean? You'll get to like 30 and 40-year-old and you'll be like, aye, the world is bigger than my scheme, know what I mean?
Aye.
But like, what needs to happen is there needs to be more doors opening for talent in Scotland, more filmmaking, more documentaries, more podcasts, more conscious hip hop, more good rap, whatever. And like, maybe these kids will see that these artists are making more money than the local drug dealers.
Aye.
It might inspire them to go down that route. I mean, because the way the future's looking, it's like everybody's just social media. That's how everybody's making their money, is through their followers or whatever, or they promote their businesses online, and that's how their businesses pop. Like, social media is taking your everything, and like maybe these kids will all get inspired by people from Scotland actually making it out the fucking scheme, and maybe it will inspire them. So we just need more rappers, we need more actors, more artists. Even if you can't do any of that, you don't have a talent, you can still help your best pal who has, know what I mean? You can join the journey with him, know what I mean? Like, everybody has a role to play. You don't have to limit yourself to your wee scheme. You can actually do a lot in life.
No, 1,000,000%. And I think that's actually quite powerful what you're saying. I think in the way that you've got, because listen, we've all been here. Like we're all some of you used for worse schemes than me, right? I was Cumbernauld, like you guys were Glasgow, and that. You know what I mean? Like, I've got any doubt that was a much rougher schemes where you were for. Do you know what I mean? But when you're growing up in these schemes, there's, to me, right, I feel as if I've been fucking banging on about this for 25 years. Like, genuinely feels I've been banging on for this for a long, long time, saying poverty, cost of living goes up. You're going to have all the young ones all that fighting because there's nothing else for them today. Addiction goes up. People can't handle stuff. People hanging. But it doesn't fucking change. It's still the same. You can still walk down your scheme. And I know you guys are breaking the chain, right? And you're breaking, but you still walk down the scheme. And see, sometimes it's fucking disheartening, man. Sometimes it really is disheartening. You're just like, what the f? And you still get people on podcasts promoting bullshit, pure. And I've some of the guys, you fucking seen them in the jail, and they're not what they fucking, they're wondering what they made out. They're talking pish. And it does get, you get frustrated with it because you just don't want to see these wee guys, especially when you've got kids. You just don't want to see them
Definitely.
choosing the same routes. Know what I mean? So do you just get that and all? Like, do you just get that kind of disheartening feeling at times and all? But like, when you're just like kind of,
Aye. Even like family members and that, that are still in the jail constant, and you're like, come on, fuck, man, like, please do something with your life, because, you know what I mean? He's good at so many things, but you just limit yourself to gang fighting and fucking getting to jail for nothing, really, know what I mean? Wasting your life.
and it's like, where does it get you, right? It's like, where does it? I know, like, I was in prison a long time. I know you've been in about stuff and all. I don't know many people who have made it to the top who are like out the game with a lot of money, who have got legit businesses, who are now running. I could fucking count in the one hand, like, the amount of people that are actually in, made their money and get out. People get stuck in that, and I've got power is very addictive. Fucking all these things like money, just the all these things are addictive, and your ego. See, if you let your ego run riot, you're going to get stuck in that. Do you know what I mean? And chaos, for me personally, chaos and trauma and all that, they all start mixing, and it becomes very complex. So see, the more shit you go down, and the further you go down that road, the more complex it's going to be trying to come back for it. Do you know what I mean? The twists and turns that you need to come back for it, because the choices you've made, I don't know. I know what I'm talking about, but it's like, it's hard to try and explain it to a young person into it. But I don't know. There is more and more stuff there. I think there's more and more people doing it, and there's more and more people trying to promote, as you say, like, the love for the kind of thing, and what's happening. I mean, what about yourself, Daz? I know obviously you had a relapse there. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I mean, how did that come about, and how did that kind of make you feel? Like, obviously I know you when you weren't great, but how did it?
Well, how it came about, just different factors coming about. Basically, the long and short of it is not doing enough to maintain like my kind of mental health and recovery side of it, and just getting driven to the point where back's against the wall, and it's like just be the lance kind of thing. And then before I know it, caught up in a whole cycle of other stuff, because it wasn't like I didn't just go and relapse and start taking smack and that again. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's like that was a very, very small part of it. At the end, it was like it started off having a puff of weed and white. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
and prescription medication as well.
Aye.
That was a big thing, man.
This is a big thing in the prescription medication is a big relapser. People think, no, I can take a cut of GABAs or I can take
Aye.
this and then before you know it, they're like it's bit on you go. Sorry for butting in.
I know, no, it's all good. It's all good. So it's with that, just kind of feeling all that shit. So see, like, so this is probably it's been a good thing and a bad thing. See, because I've no went back down certain routes where I've no got ended up with a full on habit with smack. I've no been jagging. I've no ended up homeless. I'm no on the streets. I'm no all that. Right, like I'm holding on to that at times, thinking, oh well, it's not that bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that that's all what was coming. So
Aye.
see for a long time I was kind of caught up in that cycle of trying to juggle, keeping up an appearance, think no, it's not that bad, right? Because it obviously in comparison to last time and trying to juggle all this, right? And just no really addressing it, and do you know what I mean? Just getting sort of deeper and deeper into it.
Do you
But-
think so? Was again, but with music that kind of create that was that was pulled you at you and a kind of support network round about you that was kind of trying to pull you at it.
I have good people about me in that kind of sense, but it was more so like just no wanting to go, knowing what was coming. Do you know what I
Aye,
mean? Knowing
aye.
what is coming, because my experience tells me, like past experience tell me that's what's coming, and just like
I
Kinda-
played tape forward, didn't you?
aye, but
Aye.
kind of just delaying it or putting it at because it's not that bad, it's not that bad, and just kind of staying stuck in it. Do you know what I mean? Aye,
No,
to
but
the
be proud of yourself, man. For like you've done it, like, and you're doing it. So be proud of yourself. You know what I mean? You're back, and you're like it's.
like I put all my eggs in going to back to rehab and stuff like that, and I've been for a couple of assessment places and stuff like, and see, kind of waiting on that to happen as well. I was just like, oh well, I'm going there, right? Instead of just saying, fuck, that's going to be a couple of months, man. Why don't I just fucking do something about it now and just try? You know what I
Aye.
mean? So obviously that's the steps I'm taking, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm no ruling that out still. I'm no ruling out going away. Do you know what I mean? Because even if I'm like cleaning stuff, you know, I don't know what people clean to clean to me is abstinent, like no nothing, no alcohol, no having a puff, nothing like that. So that to me is cleaning. That's like that is what I want to get back to. And the reality is I've never got that without having to go away to treatment. So
Aye.
I'm not taking that off the
Off the
table,
table.
but at the same time, like I kind of need to get on with life and stuff like that as well, and
Definitely.
start kind of like building.
Because you built a good platform, so you don't, and then you know how fast that goes. Like, see, like with algorithm, I mean, I had a wee bit of the mass podcast up for a while for different reasons, and it sees how quickly that it fell off the algorithm, and that's it. Just started building back up to like getting because we were up at like 100, not 110,000 views a month or something. Do you know what I mean? And then it fell away down to like 30 odd thousand, and I could see it going down to 20,000, and then it was just like fuck. This is just like everything you've built up. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So you don't want to lose that
Aye,
either. Daz,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, I know. And like kind of, it's been at ages. Even last year, that was like my first year coming about. I was putting out one tune at least every month. Now I've not I've put out 2 tunes this year. We've had another one recorded.
But
Shot a
it'll come back,
video
mate.
for it
It'll
and
come
stuff,
back.
and politics of that. Obviously, that's going to need to look at doing that another way now as well.
Aye.
To drop the tune, but aye.
Nah, but that's what it is, and it's you've done it. You're doing it. Know what I mean? You're making the best of it, and that's the thing that people need to see that this is the reality of life. I know. Do you know what I mean? You watch Dazza, and people might watch him and go, "Oh, fucking like take a liking to his music," and then they think, "God, social media is so dangerous, man." In the way that they think like you're living the fucking. People fucking honestly message me and go, "Sean, have you get 500 quid?" And I'm like, 500 quid?
Aye, when I first started
Fucking on
getting people
universal-
and asking me for scores all the
remember
time,
you got messages.
I just kept
Aye,
posting them
like,
out.
that's
Like,
Fuck, mate, I'm doing money, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't think people understand how much these things cost and how
Aye.
much it's no like it's hard to build it, and it takes time. There is nothing else. I remember like Big Paul, who really helped me big time with this podcast. But he told me, Sean, it's time, man. Like there's no other, it's consistency. There's nobody just jumps in unless you've got like maybe your luck, like if 50 Cent started one or something. Not I mean, obviously he's going to have a big following, but unless you're somebody, you know what I mean, that's got a following, you're not going to. It takes time to build and build and build. And as you say, you don't want to just you put all the hard work in, and people just want to come along and go, right, Danny, why do a tune with not? And you're like, no. And then do you know what I mean? It's like you do need to put the hard work in it, and yet there's I know it might sound harsh, but there's an aspect to me that goes like people don't want to put the work in. I put the work in and coming in, doing the podcasts, making sure all my social media, but that takes time away from me and my kids and all that. But I want to do it. Do you know what I mean? I want to get a try, and I love doing it. Do you know what I mean? I love trying to help people and like change the same as you. But I think people need to realise how dangerous social media is. It's like it's so isn't it what you're watching. You're watching what somebody wants to show you. Do you know what I mean? And that's it, man. You're not watching anything else in that person's life. Do you know what I mean? That person's life could be a fucking shambles. But do you think that, no, Danny? Like, do you see people that you just go like that off, man? Like, fake as fuck.
Aye, all the time, man.
Aye.
It's especially with glasses, I know, man. What are these filters not on their pictures and try to think they're models not, and you just know they're dogs, you know what I mean? Like, straight up, man, you ain't kidding anybody, man. Fuck's sake, but
Catfish.
You catfish, and you've got wee guys and that, you fucking posting pictures with big knives and that, and you're like, what the fuck, know what I mean? You're like 12, know what I mean? Fucking...
And probably a lot of these wee guys, but by putting yourself out there, you're going to attract people that will.
Aye.
You know what I mean? See, this, I think people get that. See, like, if you're shouting about Rambos and I'll stab at anybody, you're going to get somebody that doesn't like you. And if you're another scheme that goes, hey, go for it. Do you know what I mean? We'll see. There's plenty of them.
And he'll think, well, if he's saying he's got a Rambo and all that, I'm going to have to take a Rambo if I want to do him.
Definitely.
Know what I mean? You turn up, he's not even got a pen.
Aye.
You're just stabbing him with a Rambo, know what I mean?
Standing there with a wee fucking suit and that one, like that, going to college, like that. But that is the dangers. It's like social media. You can be whoever you want, and that's how I kind of see the TikTok live things and the battles and all that. I stay away from that.
Aye, same.
And people tell me quite a lot. It's a fast way to get followers, and that, and I know it is. Like, I know that I've tried it. Like, I have tried to go on, and I'm just like, I can't do this. It's like people going on and people are good at it in the way they word it, but you're begging for money. Like, you're begging for gifts, and you know what I mean? And listen,
some people are aggressive begging.
Aye, definitely. And I think I just can't. I can't do it. Do you know what I mean? See if you're on the live and somebody likes what you're saying, they want to send you a gift or whatever. No, that's fine. Like blah blah. But see that going on and people going like, right, ready guys, everybody send gifts. No, I'm like, who the fuck are the people that are watching this? Who is it that's storing here? Like, I got that guy for the scheme, right? So everybody now send all the gifts, and it's like, and it's got to be a few £100 worth of gifts getting sent, and you're just
it's really no. It's like £3 and all that.
Is it?
I think the highest gift you can get is, I think it's 50 quid, right? But like most of their gifts are like 10 pence and that, know what I mean?
Oh, is it?
They're no balling, no.
I've done lives before, right? And you think you've done it, and then you think you see gifts getting sent, right, and that, and you thank people. It's nice, really nice of them today. And then at the end, it'll come up. You've made £3.8 pence, and you're like, what? So I didn't know I'd made money on TikTok, right? And then I'm in, and all my, I think I've got 15,000 followers or something. I've put a lot of videos out. I've had videos that have had like 300,000 views and all that. And I looked at it, I had 110 quid. And that was my whole fucking TikTok journey, right? And I'm like, 110 quid, man, like that. I didn't even notice it. I was just, and then I had to set up a PayPal to put it into a PayPal account. And then it was mental, but that was at 110 quid. And I think people are watching you thinking, he must be making millions.
That was the same as me. On TikTok, I hit 1.5 million views on one video, and they only paid me like 100 quid. And I was like, still better than nothing, I guess.
It is. But now I think you're getting celebrities going on it, right? And you're getting, and I've watched celebrities going on it and getting fucking like millions of gifts, right? And I'm like, why are you gifting these millionaires and
Aye, that are
billionaires
packing.
the packing already? Do you know what I mean? And listen, that is what it is. Gift who you want, but surely you would keep that for somebody who maybe is wanting a
Aye.
career out of TikTok, like or something. Do you know what I
Aye,
mean?
aye.
Like,
Some,
that does, a lot of it doesn't make sense to me, man.
You
Do
know
what
what
I mean?
it is? A lot of people just want the celebrity to say their name, then thank you for the gift. They just want a shout out, basically. Know what I mean, that's why they
Think that's
gift
so
them.
it is. Think that
Aye,
is.
they're
Aye.
no hinting in their head, oh, I'll gift them and they'll go buy a coffee or something. Know what I mean?
Aye.
It's like they're just wanting the shout out, get me?
Aye, aye. No, I get it, and it makes sense. I mean, it is nice. I got my sister for my 40th, right? We went to Tenerife, was it Tenerife, Gran Canaria, one of them, right? One of the Canaries, and my wee sister took the time to go and get loads and loads of different people to make a video for me, and it was dead. It was brilliant. It was like loads of people who I hadn't seen for a while and just thought like all pals and all that. But it was a big long, it was like an hour and
Aye.
10 minutes of everybody wishing me a happy
Aye, that's
40th. And
class,
it
aye.
was dead emotional. And I never put it wasn't for them to see, it was my own thing. But it was like just the amount of people that actually took the time to hang it, do you know what I mean? And I think, see, when you get things like that, and people are saying you're an inspiration and you're inspiring, and that 15 years never broke you, but whereas inside I do feel as if it did break me. Inside, there's still that part that goes,
Mm-hmm.
you're broke. Like, I've got the demons inside, they're no fixed, they're still there. But a lot of people think that you're fixed or something, do you know what I mean? Like, you're, oh, you must be, do you just get that and all? Like, when you think, people think you're like smashed it and you're doing all right, but you sometimes you're kind of need that wee step back.
Aye, like when my wee bra died, man, got his suicidal thoughts
Aye,
back
sorry to
again.
hear that, I know that, Danny.
Cheers, man. And like, obviously, my kids pulled me through, but I started just making music again. I just put all the pain, like everything I'd be saying to myself in my head, I just made it rhyme and I released it and like kind of helped a wee bit. Know what I mean? Music's always helped, know what I mean? But like, gradually you get back to yourself again and you start learning how to. It's still in the back of your mind, but like, there's other things in life that will come along and help you out, know what I mean?
Aye. No, I know, because I know, Tin Pail, that Chris, his boy loves you, right? His boy,
Mhm.
like, pure, like, he pure adores you. But so there's the youth that you're helping youth, do you know what I mean? And you're helping people choose a path where
Mhm.
they're doing it, do you know what I mean? So be proud of that and all, Danny, do you know what I mean?
Cheers, bro.
What about you, John? Do you see that in like the way where, like, I suppose, like, when social media and this kind of stuff, do you see that as a kind of way forward for you? Is that a path for you that you would take?
Like, I just came off TikTok there, and it is a good tool. Like you've said, and it gets you all sorts of views. And
Brilliant tool.
I just came off
Toxic
it
as fuck,
altogether.
but
Aye, and even Instagram and Facebook and all, because of the music, I'm doing it. But I'd rather, even I'll find myself scrolling. Do you know what I mean? Just
I
tuned
know,
into
can't
a
help
lot
it.
of shite.
Aye,
But I'd rather not be on it at all. Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
aye,
so I don't like social media, man. But I've done
aye.
it for years and all the fake image shite and all that. Do you know what I mean?
I
Now
know.
I can even notice sometimes that when I'm on, I'll see certain things. And I'm more aware now that will trigger me, and I'll be like, fucking, whether it's something, it could be something petty for me or whatever.
Aye.
So I notice it, and I'm like, I need to get off of that shit, and it can change my mood. Do you know what I mean?
But I think it's all right being fake on social media. Like, I see when you're doing a video or you're doing like that's like these things that's a creative looking good and how you look good, and you know what I mean. That's fine, but I think you need to be upfront about where you are in life. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you're gonna have you guys following you, especially with this drill shit. I don't know what this is, but if they're all punting gear together and all that, you know for a fact there's got one of them will end up sticking them all in, and then do you know what I mean? And this is the thing we were talking about earlier. I just watched a thing no long ago, and El Chapo's boys get done there, right? And like one of them's obviously turned prosecution witness against a lot of people. When you watch American Gangster, he turns on everybody. Frank Lucas stuck everybody in. Pablo Escobar, El Chapo. These people are like they're seen as heroes, right? But when it really comes down to the crunch, do you know what I mean? That Sammy Gravano, he's on shouting about this and that. He's got his own channel and that now,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, you brought down the fucking mafia, man. Like, do you know what I mean? The fault you were the key witness against them all, but still shouting as if you're a gangster. And I'm not saying the guy's no fucking, he's probably a fucking scary dude, know what I mean? No doubt. But there's no loyalty in it. And I think that's what people really need to know. And see, when you go to jail, you're yourself. You're stuck yourself. Nobody's helping you. You need to create that path for yourself. You know that yourself, Danny. But so where do you see the future? Because obviously, I don't know. Then, like, do you see? Hopefully, this Disney influence, but it sounds like it might be the thing that's starting to influence the kind of Scottish scene. But as we're just coming up to the kind of end of the podcast, I know you're going to play a wee tune for us, but where do you see the scene going then in the next maybe 5 years or whatever? Do you see it starting to go down that road of that kind of violent shit, or do you see it?
There's always, see for day one, there's always been violence attached to hip hop.
Yep.
There's always been conscious hip hop, and there's always just been gangster rap. Know what I mean? You can't stop it. It'll always be running alongside,
Mhm.
and they will always be winning the race as well. Know what I mean? Because there's more, and it's more
Drama sells, didn't it?
more influential. But in 5 years in the Scottish scene, I'm hoping to at least have a fire on the booth by then. Maybe work with some big artists for England and go back and forth, and we can, you know what I mean, get
Is
a
there any
bigger
Scottish
fan
rappers
base.
done a fight on the booth?
Mad Tap
Aye,
McGraw.
Tap
Mad
McGraw,
Tap,
Oh, Mad Tap McGraw
Aye.
for Edinburgh.
Aye.
Mad, do you know that? I knew the boy that the boy John McGee that used to have a record label, MCF Records. He's a Mad Tap. I always remember he let me hear the tune. He was quite good, Mad Tap McGraw. Mad Tap.
Aye, he's brilliant.
Was he the kind of only person that's done it? But is he the aye? Is he still about Mad Tap McGraw? No,
I think he's gave it up.
did he? He gave up. So fire in the booth for you, Danny. So that Charlie Sloth, MD listening, Danny, you're well. I think you'd be fucking phenomenal on a fire in the booth, to be honest. What about you?
Yeah, that bar
John?
I know. That bar on that tune. Puts fire on the booth to a human flamethrower off. Boom. Come
Aye.
on, bro. I don't even know, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like doing my thing, I know, like just focusing on what I'm doing, and then if whatever happens, and like we spoke about earlier on with the energy thing, that I know if I'm doing the right thing and doing good stuff, I've got fucking
Yeah.
faith that things will be cushy, man. Do you know what I mean? And get better.
It needs
What I
to
mean?
come. See
Aye.
if you're viewing it, it will come.
I
It
get that
needs to come.
manifested, man.
Aye, manifest it.
Aye, man.
What about you, Dazza?
I'm just trying to get my shit straight and sorted again, man, and get a bit of the passion and the buzz back for it. Because I'll be honest, I've not really got it at the minute. I've been writing quite a bit, but I've not recorded it. I've not been in the studio. I've not really. So it's just about trying to light that flame again. If I'm going to, do you know what I mean?
It'll come, mate. I've got no doubt. I don't think you can be as creative and hanging as you and it no come back, Dazza. I think it comes back. I think you're just that. Listen, you're at that point. There's a lull, isn't there?
Aye.
Like you're just be kinder to yourself, and it'll come, man. Like you know what I mean.
Aye.
It's no doesn't just come overnight. You know what I mean? You're doing the hard work, the
Aye.
hard work, the mind games and the fucking thing and all that. So be proud of yourself for that,
Yeah,
bro. Be
cheers,
proud of
bro.
yourself, not all
Thanks.
fall back in.
Definitely, Dazza.
Cheers, bro.
Yes.
Cheers, troops.
So listen, I'll just give you all wee kind of last message right before we go, and we'll hear this tune that and you guys can we'll get set up. But so Danny, what's your kind of final message for social sessions viewers and MD else kind of maybe, because I know that a lot of people like to listen to your stuff if they're struggling, whatever. Know what I mean?
The only sound system is a sound system. Real recognise real, and aye, man, keep doing what you love in life, man. Keep fucking winning. Hope everybody smashes it.
Come on.
Keep the heat up, man. Fucking, I hope you win in life.
Nice, Danny. What about you, John?
Aye, like just be good, man. Try and be a good cunt, innit? Like try and be a good cunt. Do you know what I
Aye.
mean?
Don't be the wank.
Don't be a wanker, good guy wank. No, I just try and fucking, for me and all it, because like she growing up in that, and I was always dead negative feeding, so I was giving out that energy all the time. And see when I'm giving out, even when I don't want to hear it, the good stuff, compassion and love, even when it's hard, when it's really hard,
No.
the times when it's hard, I know, but it's a reward kind of thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a two-way thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's about
Just try and
try to give compassion and love to people that don't deserve it. That's hard.
aye,
But see if you do it, it'll come back to you tenfold. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Because some people don't know, they're not awake or they're not conscious.
Mhm.
And if you're giving them love, even though they're being a prick, then it'll come back to you. You know what I
Aye.
mean?
And have a bit of compassion for yourself and on it, everybody. Do you know
More,
what I mean?
100%.
Too right, man. Aye. Can I say a thing? I know I'm doing a film now. It's called The Backdater.
Yeah.
Just plugging it on here. Do you know what I mean?
Any
There's a
shout-outs, man?
crowdfunder going with
Mhm.
The Backdater film. It's about addiction based in the 90s in Saltcoats.
Yeah.
So we're getting in about that. Grado's in it and that as well. So it's
How
going
do
to
you
be.
find that? How do
I
you
love it,
find-
mate. The acting is good. I've done plays and stuff like that. I love it, man. Know what I mean?
How would the viewers find it? If they,
Oh, they would like it. It's like, it's based in the 90s. Do you know what I mean? Back in the day
Aye.
stuff. So it's like a bit of nostalgia. And
Right,
it's got
right.
a bit of everything. It's got a bit of humour. It's got a bit of heaviness. It's got. Do you know what I mean? It's real. It's
Where's
real.
the links?
It's beat.
Where's the links for it?
It's the Backdaters. There's an Instagram page and there's
Right.
a Facebook page and all, and you'll see on the Instagram page and Facebook there's a crowdfunder. We're trying to get people to, do you know what I mean,
Aye,
stick
aye,
a bit of dough in so we can get more shooting done.
Dan, have you got any you want to plug it in? Like, have you in?
Empathy 4 CDs will be available next week.
Oh,
That's about it, man. Last message, love yourself, always.
that's a boy.
Aye, just stay true to yourself, do you know what I mean? And don't lose sight of what you're meant to be doing, do you know what I mean? Just in every aspect of life, do you know what I mean? Aye. Like, time's precious, do you know what I mean? Like, it goes so quick, and then before you know it, you're looking back, and it's like,
The only thing that goes up and doesn't never
Aye.
comes back down.
aye, so,
Mhm.
aye, just make the most of it, innit? And, I don't really have anything I want to put. I've no. Last thing I brought out's on my channel, real life actually. Jack's Story Part 2. That's it on 1250 TV. That's it really, man. And obviously, I'll give you a wee preview of this tune.
No, well, listen. I think it's our Bobby. I've really enjoyed this podcast, man, and I think the messages they're all putting out is exactly what we need to know, and the young team need it. Do you know what I mean? The young team need as much of this possible, and probably I don't even know. Like, and I'm not trying to be hanging, but it sounds like this drill music. That's probably where my message would be: is try and stay away from that, and maybe focus on what you guys are doing. Do you know what I mean? Focusing on real life and just realise it. Honestly, man, like I can't stress enough how hard and how toxic that life is. That prison that pishy street life. Like it's just no good. But listen, guys, thank you very much, and we'll
Cheers
we'll
for having us.
get you set up for the tune, right?
Aye.
Brilliant.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Cheers.
I've been sat for 5 days, thinking about my decision. I told her that the love was gone, she told me that it isn't. If you don't like the smell, then get out of the kitchen. Man, that ride was rough, I can see me slipping. Give my ponies what's left and the Pyrex I was whipping. This year I'll fly out, think it's time to take a trippin'. I kinda fell off, nearly quit, glad I didn't. I had to let go, cause my head was like a prison. And I don't want my brain to live in them conditions. See, I have to take some blame, it was based on my decisions. This time it cut deep out of other incisions. And when the roof comes down, it's not something you can live in. You ever been so skint you drink water to cure hunger? Or been that cold you have to blow into your jumper? Another broken sleep and another broken home. And you can't say a peep when you've nobody to phone. Man, they did it with help, but I did it by myself. And you been eating fury for the blows that I've been dealt. The freshest mid fade, man, my hairline on point. I'm stinking out the room, blowing flavours from my joint. Another grey cloud, it's not Scottish stormy weather. Conditioned to be tough, that I was made of leather. How other people treat you's not a reflection upon self. That shit I creep behind you like it's moving on stealth. And they be more than friends, man, I got a couple brothers. They warn me of the danger of her amongst others. They rip me lap of cakes with, I'm sick of all this fake shit. I won't be doing 10 toes when I tell them pace it. Came up from the struggle, battled an addiction. Turned striker to defender on the pitch and I'm drowning in the city, man, the scheme just feels like quicksand. And I don't really know who will feed the bet hand.
Treble and Dazza on a track, you know it's gotta be real shit. Relate to what we say, you can fucking feel it. We came from the struggle, we know what pain is. Rap for those who suffer, no trying to be famous. Been doing this a decade, I'm a fucking vet. When I pass away, man, that's when I'll blow up, I bet. It's all good, meantime, gonna keep killing it. Got a big dream, nothing stopping me fulfilling it. Dreams to navigate lost souls through the darkness. I'm trying to help, but trust me, I'm heartless. I'm a cold bastard, the streets turn me bitter. Abandoned as a kid was the run to the litter. It's easy to turn to drugs when you don't feel love. I know my mother's up watching from above, and I know my wee brother's fucking watching as well. Reason I'm not dead or sitting in a cell.
I keep myself to myself, it's none of my business what they think of me. Us free on a track, high vibration, authenticity, and don't get me started on trauma and abuse. I had people willing and ready to take away in their boots. Could have made it look like suicide outside your house with a noose. Putting behind me that street shit, but they're taking my kindness for weakness. A handy for the punches and kicks. Keep testing me a prick, and you can eat this. Truth is, I'm a lover more than fighter. So much fire in me, I doused myself in petrol, sparked the lighter. I was in self-destruct mode, a mad self-harmer, but I rise for the ashes with a thicker coat of armour. Couldn't see that I was hurting my family. It had that domino effect, but now it's went the other way. I live for my daughter and got another one in the way. It's Dazza, Danny and Tribal with these other cunts gonna do. Come on, shit.
Hey.
Yes, Trips, fucking come on, man.
Just Trips.